Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Game Over Cancer. We've got Burb here doing Vampire Killer. So I want to tell you to take it away.
Yeah, hi everybody, I am Burb. I'm joined here by Agent Wyvern, I think, so say hello.
Hello, hello, hello.
Yeah, we have Vampire Killer here. This is kind of similar to another series called Castlevania, isn't it?
Yeah, this was developed alongside the original NES Castlevania and was released a few months later in October, I think, for the MSX2, which is a Japanese computer. And it's quite different. It shares some similarities. It shares the sprites, it shares the music, but the level layouts are different. It's a lot more sort of open than the linear NES Castlevania, and it's kind of interesting. And there's been a few developments in the speedrun as well. It was kind of dormant for several years, and in the last sort of month or two, it's kind of come alive again. So hopefully, we've got some cool stuff to show today.
Yeah, I've been really enjoying playing this game, so yeah, I am ready to go here. Yeah, the timer will start when Simon goes through this gate here, so...
So level one's interesting. We're gonna have to pick up a couple of whip upgrades as well initially, and some jolly other items as we make our way through. Now, this game has locked doors. To actually get through the doors in this game, you need keys. But in this case, we can actually skip the door to the boss. First, we're going to get the key that's in the wall here. There's very little indication where the keys are hidden. In this game, they're kind of just in random walls, and it can be a little annoying when playing casually to try and find them.
Yeah, so I guess Dracula locked the door in this version of the game. So yeah, we have to get these keys in order to go through doors like this.
Indeed, and yeah, you see already how different kind of the level layouts are to sort of the NES Castlevania, if you're familiar with that. But we still have seen the same enemies, still got sort of the fisherman section here. Burb taking a clever damage boost there to get all the way exactly to where we need to go, while picking up the second key, which was hidden in the lower block there. As we go into the final area before the boss.
So here we have something interesting that's about to happen. Do you mind explaining this?
Yeah, so basically there's a stair glitch that was discovered a couple months ago, and it was found that if you are on the stairs for exactly 32 steps, you will then walk off and continue going in either direction. So, and now we're walking through the floor directly into the boss room, skipping the entire key requirement for that door. So now Burb is going to try and whip the boss down here. This is a really annoying part of the speedrun because this back can be one-cycled, but it's tricky. It can also be two-cycled or three-cycled, which is perfectly good as well. But yeah, it's a little bit difficult to get that enemy to behave consistently, but nicely done by Burb there. Moving towards level 2 now.
Yeah, so also, I don't know if you noticed, but Simon whips kind of fast in this game.
Yeah, it's really, really speedy. I don't think there's a faster whip in any Castlevania game. Burb picking up the invincibility orb there to avoid damage from the knight, while also doing another stair glitch. That's another 32 steps. We sometimes just use the visual cues on the stairs rather than having to count. But yep, climbing up there and going down here straight to the key, and so skipping an entire sort of journey there, which just saves a lot of time. Another invincibility, and then the ring rather, which destroys enemies that you touch, so that allows you to get rid of those two at the top, while climbing up here for the stopwatch. And now this is going to be kind of an important part of the game as well. So if you activate the stopwatch as you're jumping into the door, you will activate you will freeze every enemy in the game, and that will last for the entirety of the game.
I didn't mistime it, but that's okay. We do have another chance. We can do it at the next door.
There is a backup as well. Just has to be a little bit careful of the Medusa heads, since they are now alive a little bit. But yeah, so you see, even this area does look very similar to the NES game with all the Medusa heads on that screen. And in the NES version, you could just take a nice boost up there. A little bit more tricky in this one though. Burb's going to go and get the key from the right wall here, which will allow him to get to the next door jolly good quickly.
You look kind of bad on health, so we'll have to play the next bit safer.
Got to be a little bit careful.
That should be the stopwatch glitch there.
Hopefully. And now every enemy in the entire game will be frozen until until we unfreeze again later on in level 6. So no enemies, well, some enemies can still hurt you, interestingly, but some now can't, like the slimes, which is, I'm not quite sure what causes that dynamic exactly, or entirely sure how the glitch works. I mean, it was actually a glitch they must have known about at the time, because it was patched out of later versions, interestingly. So we're heading towards Medusa. Now even Medusa will spawn in completely frozen as well.
So we did lose the music, but good news, it will return in the next level.
Yes, we do have some jolly beeping for the moment here, but not for long, not for long. We will soon get the Wicked Child theme of level 3 coming back. Getting into Medusa. I have to kind of land on the platform carefully. Burb's done it very well, landing on the correct pixel there. I think there's like a 2-pixel place where you can stand on the platform without getting hit. Restoring some health with the red orb there, just so there's a slightly quicker countdown at the end of the level as well, which is jolly nice. And then heading into level 3. Level 3 gets a little bit scary to do like super quick, because you can jump over a lot of the skeletons, but the window for the jumps are very, very precise. I don't know exactly how precise, my guess is like a 2-frame window or something for some of them. But unfortunately gets hit by the first one there, but that one is kind of tricky in fairness.
That's supposed to be the easy one, so...
Well, I think they're all quite similar, like similar windows, so it's strange. It's deceptively annoying.
Close.
Ooh, close. Yeah, I think that's one's within a frame. These jumps are so precise.
We'll whip this one.
Yeah, better to play it safe, certainly. We've got the key hidden in the wall. There's no stair tricks in this level, luckily. Well, I say luckily, they are cool, but you need to get to see a little more of the level now, though. Now, trying to pick up some hearts as well. Not too important, but they will matter later. You don't want to miss too many of the big hearts, since hearts carry on between levels in this game. Unlike the NES game, you will hold on to them, similar to sort of later Castlevania games. We will be using the Holy Water on the Mummy's boss, which costs 5 each, if I'm remembering correctly.
I kind of forgot there. There's a whip upgrade there. I almost just went right by it.
Oh no. Picking up the wings though, which I think the wing makes you go faster, right? I know the boots do. The next key as well. Heading into the next area of some bone pillars. So yeah, it's very, very different, I imagine, how this game would be without this stopwatch glitch. There is now a glitchless category if anyone wants to try routing how to deal with all the enemies when we're not all frozen.
Yeah, so we just picked up the speed shoes, so now we walk a little faster.
Yeah, I find you have to be a little bit careful with them sometimes though as well, because it's very easy to just kind of get used to one speed, and then when there's a sudden speed increase, you're now walking into holes, and it's all very disastrous.
We do need us to grab that key, otherwise you have to go a long way around.
2 whips to that skeleton, and he's gone. Now the mummies. Couple holy waters, and they disappear as well. I feel bad for the 2 mummies, frozen on opposite ends of the screen, never to meet again. And into level 4. This is where my brain starts getting confused and hurts, because in level 4 there's a couple of damage boosts towards the end of the level, and the direction they depend on is affected by what candles you whip in the level. Like, how this possibly works blows my mind. I have no idea. But if we believe it's which specific candles you whip will affect the direction of the boost. I think on top of that, it's dependent on the hearts that you get in the level, I think. So if the Fleaman drops a heart, because we have to whip 1 Fleaman in this level, that can also change the direction of the damage boost on the bone pillar. And oh dear. We've gone for a bit of a swim there. But that should be okay.
Well, we don't have a stopwatch glitch, so...
Oh dear! Uh-oh. Well, I wish I knew what these enemies did, but I don't remember. Godspeed,
yeah,
Burb.
I kind of just forgot which screen I was on, and then I jumped too late.
Yeah, this is a lot of the screens do look very similar, and because there's no screen scrolling, you're just suddenly on the screen, and many of them you have to like do something immediately, and so it can be quite easy to sort of forget. Okay, well that was a lucky boost. I ended up in the right place. Oh my, this is quite something. All the fishermen everywhere. There is a. Usually, if the enemies are frozen, you have to jump over that chest there, which is another very precise, like 2-frame jump or something as well. But the mermen have caused chaos. And... oh goodness, oh dear. They're all very mean. They can't just leave us alone, you know. It's very rude, you know. Been invited into the castle and have fireballs being shot at you. Oh goodness. It's doing very well here though to handle all these enemies. We're not used to this. I'm not used to like unfrozen enemies in this game. They scare me. Okay. Well, that's something I might not have mentioned earlier. Is that the difference between the keys is that the silver one opens the doors, and then the gold keys open the treasure chests to get items and whatnot. We're still making our way through here. Oh, that was an unfortunate.
Yeah, this whip is not very good.
Yeah, we're back to the unupgraded low percent whip here, but this is fine. Everything. Oh my. Okay, we have a little bit of what we would call a fleeman party here.
Oh, there's a merchant there. I didn't know that.
I didn't know that. Hello, mate. How you doing, hiding in a wall? Okay. Things have unravelled a little bit, but that's fine. Everything will be fine. Everything. I hope I am sounding convincing. That's, yeah, to be fair though, like, I think Burb's doing quite well to deal with them, because I wouldn't have a clue how to deal with all these unfrozen enemies. There we go. Got the holy water back, that's huge for the boss coming up. Yeah, so some of these hitboxes on the enemies are also slightly interesting sometimes. The whip doesn't always hit when you think it will, which is a little bit concerning. Another fun fact about this level is that, as I found out when playing casually, is it is possible to softlock here. So if you don't have the key to get through the door when you're wandering across here, you will literally, you'll be stuck. There's no way out. And so I had to restart the game, which is always jolly lovely. Yeah, it's interesting, certainly. Also, something else, there's no continues in this game, which is something else to bear in mind here. So if we die, that's it. It's back to the start.
Oh, yeah. That is true.
But it's okay. I think we're okay. We've got the holy water here.
We're grab the key.
Uh-oh. Okay. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, dear.
Yeah, so, that's game over.
Do we have a save state?
Yeah, good idea.
Doopy doopy doo, this doo 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 doo, everything is fine and jolly. This is jolly.
Alright, we'll do from here.
There we go. Right, and so here we go. All the enemies are now frozen again through the power of magic. Now, next, so we're going to get all the hearts again. Burb's going to whip the candles to try and get the correct direction damage boosts. Looking for the platform. There's a lot of waiting here. It almost would be nice if we had like a cave skip like the
That's how you're supposed to do it. You're just supposed to jump right away, and then you don't die and lose the stopwatch list.
Yeah, it could be very easy to forget though. It could be really, really easy to forget because
the fact that the game doesn't scroll and then the transition and knowing which screen comes up next, that can be a problem sometimes.
Definitely is.
If you're not 100% sure what's coming up, you might do a little bit of a delay and then you might miss the platform timing.
Yeah, it's a lot of things that require instant jumps. There's a couple of jumps as well where you've got to like there's a hole right into the start of the screen and if you don't jump immediately, like it's a bad time. But got the holy water back, got the key back, whipping all the things. We'll have to see if we get the good candles for the correct direction damage boost, although it's not hugely important. I think it's like 2 seconds difference either way. It matters eventually, like when you're trying to optimize your time, because the thing is with this run, there's not much in the way of like too many really precise tricks other than like the level 3 skeleton jumps. And so things can like get kind of optimized fairly quickly, and then you're searching for every second you can find, really.
Ah, no damage boost.
Just have to take a jump instead. Not the end of the world though. And the second one as well. So the directions of the damage boost will always be the same for both of them. Luckily, as we head towards the boss here, hopefully we can get the key.
Well, we got the damage boost there.
You got the damage boost there, and got the key as well, and through the door, and to Frank, who is... Frankenstein's not feeling very well, I'll be honest. He's kind of been reduced to a few pieces of fire, which in fairness would not be a very good way to spend one's day. We head into level 5 here, everything's still frozen, and yeah, we're going to have some more stair glitch jolliness here as well. Going to get some more hearts as well, 72 hearts, it seems like a good amount to me so far. Climb up the stairs, you can skip climbing up those stairs with a well-timed jump, what Burb's managed to do there. Yeah, interesting, this is another example of enemies that will sometimes hurt you and sometimes not. If I remember correctly, the sort of pink-coloured fleamans won't hurt you, but these sort of orange-coloured fleamans will hurt you when frozen. And of course, the skeletons will still hurt you regardless.
Yeah, what is it? The pink-colored fleamen. They're actually red skeletons. So if you go back into that screen a second time, they will not look like that anymore.
Oh, okay. That's kind of interesting. Wonderful glitchiness we have here, certainly. I guess he's still in its state where it's not the red skeleton's not spawned, I guess, so that's why. Huh, that's cool. Getting the holy water from the merchant.
This is like a red skeleton.
Oh,
so
okay.
Yeah, you might have to like kind of freeze time or something. Yeah, it's a red skeleton.
Something else we haven't mentioned yet is to actually get items from the merchant, you've got to whip them, which seems a very odd way of sort of undergoing business. It's like, yes, please, I will sell you this lovely item, but I do require to be whipped first. Moving up to this next area here. Not too much to say, there's a couple of holy water throws we can do on the axe sites if we want to save a little bit of time, but they're not necessary. Nicely done by Burb as well there. Whipping that axe knight out the way, that's a bit quicker as well. This jump I miss all the time to like whip this platform here, I don't know why, but I just always kind of like...
Yeah, no, if you do that jump differently, you whip on the way up, I whip right before I land.
Cross gets rid of all the enemies there as well, a bit like the effectively the rosary in the NES Castlevania. Coming up very shortly.
Might be a little bit of concern for the next level.
Well, there's a couple of backup extra hearts in level 6 as well, which might sort of stem the time.
Yeah, but then he does that and just decides to throw holy water after you pick up one.
That's something else to mention is that the items, to activate the items in this game, don't work like logic would dictate they would. So in the NES game, you press up and attack, there's your sub-item and everything's jolly good. In this game, stopwatch is up and down, holy water is forward and up, which means you're throwing holy waters accidentally all the time. Oh, nicely done stair glitch by Burb there. I probably should have been quiet for that, because you sometimes have to count the number of steps, and so... I probably should have kept my mouth shut there, but nicely done by Burb regardless. Oh, that's a cool strat to throw the holy water there.
Yeah, I was trying to throw it to the bottom one, but mistimed it.
Yeah, it's a little tricky to time. That was a new strat Burb came up with to save a little bit of time. That one's deceptively tricky as well. But here we have Death, who has decided to wear orange in this game. I like it though. I think it's a good fashion choice. Big fan.
Oh yeah, we did forget to mention that there's pictures of Dracula with a beard and without a beard.
Yeah, very, very much the sort of Leslie Nielsen Dracula Dead and Loving It look there. which I'm a big fan of. Moving into level 6, which is this is where the jolliness levels can increase exponentially, because we now often unstop time much earlier. Like previously, we just unstop time for Dracula so that he would actually spawn in and we could fight him. Now we stop time literally in the second, well, after the first door. So things kind of can unravel very quickly, but also it saves a lot of time. There is also coming up. There's a Fleeman boost as well. I'm not sure if Burb is going to want to try to go for
Yeah, I'm not gonna go for the Fleeman boosts. So I will keep the stopwatch until Dracula.
Yeah, that makes sense. Like the Fleeman boost is something we don't really understand exactly how it works or how to make it remotely consistent. If you get it, it saves. I think it's somewhere between 8 and 12 seconds
I'm still
now.
Gonna grab the shield though.
Yeah, that's the point. There's a shield coming up as well, which means that Dracula's projectiles, well, any projectiles, won't hit you, which can be really useful as well. Getting past the Axe Knight there. Oh. Okay, the slime luckily doesn't hit. I wasn't sure for some reason because it was floating. I was thinking, I wonder if the slime will actually land here. Getting the nice shield, getting the dagger. So instead of the Fleeman boost, there's actually a stair trick you can do instead, which still saves a lot of time over doing it normally. I climb up.
Funny thing, this key is normally unobtainable, and they just put it here like, haha, here's the key.
Oh really? That one's actually completely unobtainable normally. Oh my, that's very trolly. But it's happy. They never thought that in 30, 40 years' time we'd have some glitches. Take that, game developers. Moving into the next area, we've got some nice red bricks in this area. I like the architectural layout. I think it's very pretty. Throw some daggers at that guy. Picking up the nice extra hearts as well, which is good to pad out the heart count a bit before Dracula. There's quite a few stopwatch activations we want to do there. Nice heart as well.
So the shield that we picked out will absolutely melt any projectiles, including Dracula's fireballs. So very good to have. If when that happens.
Yeah, that jump. I was just about to mention that jump. It's very easy to slightly miss. It doesn't look like it's too difficult to clear, but it really is. It's slightly annoying.
Well, where do we go?
That's a good question.
We'll do this.
No,
you can't
does anyone have Google Maps?
Here. Alright, we'll go around.
Go around? Hey, we'll get there. We'll take the scenic route, you know? Plenty of lovely sights in the castle. You have some lovely brickwork. And you've got Axel the Axe Knight just on break, chilling out, not doing anything, you know? Fair play. Dracula doesn't pay him enough to stop all the Belmonts. As we head back up again.
Yeah, there we go.
There we go. Nice.
Kind of a tricky jump.
Yeah, it is. It's very, especially when you're trying to go quickly as well in a speed run. It's very easy to sort of just undershoot it. Let's get to the last key, and then just going to do one more stair trick here.
Alright, let's see how we do with the Dracula timing.
Dracula can be quite tricky. The shield makes it considerably easier to at least get through it. At least phase 1. But yeah, Burb's going to try and see them 2-cycle Dracula.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yes, we have to unfreeze Dracula, otherwise... That's a good showing of why we have to unfreeze him, otherwise he gets stuck in the floor. So it's a nice rhythm you've got to keep down with the daggers here. Okay, Dracula teleported away, got away. Have to wait for him to come back. Nice stuff. There we go. Dracula phase 1 down, he explodes, and the painting in the background comes alive. Evil, evil, evil painting. The Burb's going to keep freezing the bats so they don't hit him there as he keeps throwing the daggers. Have that crystal in Dracula's forehead as he he melts away.
No.
That was really, really good phase 2 there. Excellent stuff. GG, Burb.
Yeah, that was a good phase 2. Phase 1 was not great because I mistimed it. Because I can really hear my visual cue right there. But yeah, that was a bit of a rough run at parts.